Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video, we're going to show our interview with Josh and Rob from 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗍. Fantastic interview. We had a fantastic time over in Las Vegas, chatting with lots of different projects from the Cardano and VeChain ecosystems. Really do think that it's worth watching all of the interviews that we put out for this event, because there's lots of content that covers lots of things that perhaps people aren't aware of, right? Lots of upgrades coming for 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗍, and we're going to dig into all of that wonderful stuff. Plus, the race suit looks phenomenal on the screen, so we get to play, and obviously if you purchased one of the race suit NFTs, what you've got is amazing in my opinion. It does look phenomenal in the game, and obviously we got to race with Mickey Watkins, Rob, and a few others as well, so it was a fantastic event. But if you enjoy this sort of content, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. And don't forget, we got a private sale live at the moment, so if you are one of our NFT holders, go check out the Discord. The racer suits do come with the extra utility of being able to basically get involved in some of the private sales that we do, so go check that out in the Discord, link in the description. But let's get down to the interview.
So it's great to have you back on the channel. It seems like it's been a while. Obviously we're in Las Vegas, different for us, the NFT XLV. How's everything, 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗍? How are you both?
Well, yeah, good to see you. Thanks for having us up. But it's amazing so far. A lot of fun, a lot of people. Get to see the team. Always special to get everybody together because, for example, I've never met 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗍 in person, and I saw her for the first time in person today. I'm gonna take this off real quick because it's making some noise. But yeah, just seeing the team getting together with everybody is really special. Seeing the community's reactions to the racing game. We're incredibly excited about not just the racing game, but like everything that we're showing. Racing game happens to be very, Toledo Valley. It's intense, and so it's good to showcase. It's something like this, but the other stuff is phenomenal as well. It's also immersive. The sound's amazing, and we're proud. It's awesome. I'm thankful for the team. But yeah, Rob.
Yeah, I mean we've got 300 people at the moment that are testing. So some of those testers are here, but they've never actually seen it in its full glory. So to see it in 4K on the 65-inch television screens, they're like, whoa, this is a completely different game, because they've obviously got maybe the 28-inch and 1080p's at home. So yeah, the artwork that the team has created is really incredible.
What's on the roadmap for the rest of 2023?
Rob was just updating me on some of our infrastructure setup. We've been working kind of behind the scenes. Some of the stuff you guys don't ever see because it's just not marketable really, is you got to build out the infrastructure to properly allow people all over the world to get a gaming signal together, and not just that, but also have multiplayer going and replicating quickly, and not having lag and all of that. So we're working on the AWS infrastructure, and that's going incredibly well. Yep. Which is awesome. Our launcher of the game is now, I don't know what version it's on, but we've gotten through a majority of the major issues, and it's something that we're quite proud of that as well, because that was a tremendous endeavor. We've been working on that over a year just to be able to launch the game. And that's not that that's required. You can use other third-party platforms. We wanted to have our own setup. But yeah, so now we're going to start really opening it up to more and more testers. We're going to be launching the Toledo Valley Raceway very soon, so we're going to be allowing the public to start testing. We probably will get mining out there pretty soon as well, which is going to just get people doing a lot more. Really all you've seen so far from the public is them playing Toledo Resort, which is awesome in itself. You got the holo caches, you got the puzzle games, the cranes you can climb up. It's fun. But there's so much more we're going to be unveiling, and we're trying to grow that group so that in 2024 we can kick off that year with marketing. We really want to start throwing marketing on. We want to start getting our marketplace being utilized and selling the in-game assets. So 2024 should look amazing for us. We're really.
I think the infrastructure is obviously the key to everything scaling. And we always knew we were hoping that we'd have more demand than we can handle, which is what we're seeing now. So in these early days, we've only got a couple of servers. So we've designed the game and the launcher so that has people in different groups. So we can define those groups on what NFTs they've got, what hardware they've got. So we can slowly open up, say, look, all your OG role that have, say the mythics, you can start testing, and within the game we will allow certain groups to go and test racing, and then certain groups to do mining and then fishing. So we've created the system from the bottom up to be scalable but controllable as well. So we don't have to push out a new build. We just click a button in the back end office, and then suddenly another 100 people can come in, or if an area is broke, we can just close it down. So we did that from day one, and we're really seeing the fruition of that now.
Yeah. One thing I would add to that real quick is we've got the ability in our system very soon. We just need to add the location access, but we've got this roles system to where we can go to you guys and we could say, we're going to give you early access to this new area. We got a new vehicle maybe, or we've got a new part of the game that we want to allow you guys access to. We can give influencers early access, and that way they go in and they start creating some content. Some little guidelines on here, let's reveal this or whatever, but that gives, we open that up to 100 different content creators for 2 weeks, and then we go and open it up to the public. That way there's hype about it and it's really exciting, and that sort of thing. So we're excited to do that too.
It's all the same build. We don't have to do a special build for you. It's all permission based.
Yeah. And we've played the game. It's been really enjoyable. But what are some of the challenges that you found? Because obviously it's a number of people doing testing, right?
Yeah.
What are those challenges? Have there been challenges with that?
Lots of challenges. Yeah. As the developers are building, they're building kind of on an isolated land. So building a game that works across territories, it has to synchronize in the cloud, in the central source. All that lag, as they're building it, you don't get that because it's all locally, and you can do simulations and such. But when you then come and release it, you don't really know. So that's been quite challenging. So to get everything synchronized so it doesn't pull people back, and you build algorithms in, because you might have somebody in Europe or in America, and the game kind of has to synchronize and allow for that varying of lag, and those things are really difficult to test in-house. But with the amount of testers that we've actually got, we get pretty quick feedback. And it's amazing, and we can push a build out now that we've automated the builds as well. That's something that we'll be rolling out in the next few weeks. So we automate the build, it creates different images, we can push them up to GameLift can then scale that to millions of players, so all that's coming as well. And we've got unlimited testers to be fair.
Yeah.
But there's lots of challenges. Creating a multiplayer game is not easy whatsoever.
Oh no, yeah, I could answer that question for hours. The number of challenges. I mean, organizing the team, interpersonal conflicts sometimes. There's just for so many things. But if you're talking specifically, what are the challenges with the game and the testing process? I can answer that one directly with just, there's a ton of bugs in game development. With Cardano Valley, that entire dome is 8 by 8 kilometers. That's enormous. So that is so much area for there to be issues. Now granted, the good news is, when we opened it up to testing, we got 800 bugs in a week reported. Yeah. And we have a good bug reporting process. That's great. So we have great feedback loop, which is essential. But those, 95% of those bugs were quickly and easily fixed, because it's like a collision pass. We need to run a collision pass in this area one more time, and you fix it super fast. Some of those bugs might be more challenging, but I would say that is it. Just game development, and just reiterating a lot of what Rob says. There's just so much complexity that you can't not have a lot of issues. But the beauty of it is people are in it, enjoying the crap out of it, regardless of all the, like, these are all minor bugs that's just like tweaking and refining. We haven't had any major bugs yet, so that's pretty awesome too. It's just, yeah, people are in there. Like, you played it.
Yeah.
There were bugs in what you played.
Yeah.
But it was still pretty amazing and pretty exciting, and you may not have even noticed them.
Yeah, I think, like, you're right. A lot of the bugs were not really impacting like the gameplay as such, like when I was playing.
And you see it with other games. You see it with New World. You see it with Fortnite. It's just, you know, the only guarantee that you can give with software development is that it will contain bugs. So if you start off knowing you're going to have bugs, then you have to build the infrastructure around it. And like I say, that we built that from day one because we knew, and it's.
For example, the launcher, it reads when you sign up for a player account and you download the launcher, it reads your system specs. So we have now, we don't have to ask you what are you using. You know, we know everything about that. So then your bug report comes in and we go, oh, he's on a 2060 or he's on this machine or, you know, whatever. And it's like, okay, yeah, we're optimizing for that. And it just gives us the information we need. It's great.
That's a really good point, you know, because there's only our team, we have 33 full-time employees, around about 50 people, including contractors that are working on our game. So they're not all testers. You know, we've only got, you know, a small testing team apart from the developers, and you shouldn't really test your own stuff. So we have limited amount of hardware to test on. So we only test on, you know, on some really decent, you know, development systems. So having the power of the community, they have every system that you can think of, all you know, from really old graphics cards to new ones, different types of memory, different operating system. So the analytics and the stats that we're getting really early on, we can see where we tune it. So now we have 4 different settings. We have the ultra mode, we have high, medium, and low. And then what we found is that because we've been developing on the ultra and high, we've not seen what the low settings are. So in the early days, you go into a cave, and because all the lightings are turned off, well, everything is really bright. So you don't get the same look and feel, or some of the fog doesn't work. But now we've got the feedback from the community. We can immediately look at that, because when you know which direction to look at, you can set your system up. But if you don't know about that, then you wouldn't know. So stuff like that, the community have been so useful.
Yeah, I think as well, like we were obviously, you know, part of the testing group as well, and I think the communication was great from the team to say that, you know, there are going to be bugs, and I think it really set it up. So actually, when I was in there, you know, in the game, the part of the testing group, I was expecting more bugs than there were. So I think that was really good as well.
And this is pre-alpha, you know, that we're not alpha or beta or release.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be bugs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and actually something where we're at, what we've released at this point, if you count racing, that would be a 5-year endeavor, typically. We've compressed 5 into 2, and there's some suffering that's occurred because of that, and some of that suffering is health of team at times when we go into crunch mode and things like that. But every game has crunch mode, so that's not uncommon. But we've really managed to compress time and launch something amazing by bringing people on that are incredibly talented and passionate about what they're doing. So thankfully, like we've accelerated. I think, yeah, it's remarkable what's been.
It's crazy
to this day.
Because, you know, halfway through the build, we switched engines. So we went from UE4 to UE5, and that is like getting a brand new engine system. And, it came with lumens and nanite, which none of the developers had ever used before. But that then allowed us to take the game to a whole new level of lighting and performance. So that enabled us then to push the graphics even harder, which you're now seeing in it.
Yeah.
Well, and the magnitude of that is important to mention. Unreal Engine 5, from 4 to 5, that was the biggest game engine release to date ever from any of the game engines. So that upgrade, the fact that we were able to do that, this was a critical moment in our company too, because we don't talk about this a lot. We did back then, but That was in like March of 22. So we'd been building on Unreal 4 for about a year. The decision was, is it going to be bug free enough, this huge update? Should we, if we make the switch, we got to be committed, because now there's a switch time involved, a significant switch time. You have to rebuild everything basically, because it was such an enormous upgrade. Thank God we did it though, because if we didn't, out of fear that it was going to be too buggy or whatever, they weren't ready yet, we may not have been able to, because we would have gotten so much further along on 4, and then it would take us a year to switch to 5 or whatever. And that's just the nature of development and upgrades and the upgrade cycle. But thank goodness we did. Like that was really a critical decision that we made, and thankfully it was the right one.
Version 5 was broke. Those first 2 months of version 5,
They were tough.
Lots of things were missing. Even now, you know, we moved over to 5.1. It fixed some things and then broke others, and now 5.3's out. Well, we're at 5.1 at the moment because we had conferences, so we don't want to start that again. But there's some massive benefits that we want from 5.3. So as soon as we leave here next week, the project will be upgraded to 5.3. So we're skipping 5.2 straight to 5.3 because Unreal themselves are developing. And then we'll have a huge performance. You get new benefits with nanite hair system that comes in. We're able to create all the environments, the background environments in nanite, and using nanite means that you don't have these different levels of details. So in traditional games,
Performance improvement.
Yeah, in traditional games, you'll have your background, and then you'll do another graphic set of when you're closer to it and closer, and you'll do about 7 or 8 different views, the different levels of detail. Well, nanite does that all for you now. So it speeds up your development time, and it's slick, and all these other different tips and tricks. And yeah, Unreal Engine 5 is amazing, but you know, that's a moving platform. We look at the blockchain; those are being developed. So we're developing on kind of quicksand at times. So that adds to the challenge. But because we're a small, agile team, you know, I mean, we're literally pulling rabbits out of hats every week, and it's brilliant. It's a brilliant ride to be on.
Yeah, I was going to say agile. Yeah, it's definitely the word that I would have used for sure. Yeah. So obviously we're deep in the bear market now. I personally think that we're in that last leg of the bear market. How have you and the team sort of navigated the bear market? How have you found it? And I guess just put a bit more of an overview on it. What's your thoughts on like other projects? How are they getting on? In
that's
the bear market?
A deep question. First of all, I'm very thankful that I've got the experience in crypto to have been through a previous bear, because we're very careful with fund management and our treasury to ensure that we had the runway, that we kept the runway to sustain ourselves through the bear. So that was a very critical, I'm constantly thinking on revenue and treasury management. And we brought on a finance director, a guy named Ben Jones, that's doing a great job of helping us with a lot of that stuff. But it's just the bear cycle. It's hard for a lot of people, like really hard for people, catastrophic for some people, right? And the projects that don't have the experience, they get accused of being of rug pull because they run out of funds or whatever. And some of them might be an intentional rug pull, but a lot of people just run out of money.
Yeah, good projects, good people.
Yeah, good projects, good people. They didn't intend to screw anybody over. It just so happened that they didn't have the experience to ensure they had the runway. But one of the cool things about the bear is that the people that are remaining building, you see the true people that are building, which is awesome, because it gives you that authentic view of, okay, these are the guys that are still going at it, which is awesome. So you build more authentic relationships as well in the bear, because it's like, oh man, this is it's tough. It's hard on a lot of people, but for us, man, the noise dies down. You don't have to deal with as much community noise. It's like the community that's remained. They're the ones that are passionate about crypto, and they're in for principle, and they're in it for the long haul. right? They're not the flipper, hey, I need to make, I need a 20x right now, and just bail on your like you lose a lot of that flipper kind of mentality, which, nothing against them, flip if you want, but like we're trying to build something for the long haul. We've got a big vision, it's gonna take a lot of time. And the cool thing about the Bears, we're just building, and I don't know. In that regard, it's fun to build with a little less noise. We just get to freaking tackle, go. It's awesome.
Yeah. And how do you feel like some of the other projects, you guys are quite integrated with like a lot of the projects in the Cardano ecosystem? I see your names pop up occasionally.
Well, they're going through the same things we are. We're all going through this up and down cycle. So it's good to get together because we've all got this shared unique experience.
Yeah.
And you can see, during the bull market, every project wants to work with you. And it's difficult to work on your own project, never mind get distracted and then commit, we'll do that, and then you have to let them down because you missed that meeting and they missed the meeting. So now is the good time to have these conversations. We still struggle to meet them because we're still flat out, but at least you can see that the genuine ones that are trying and they're pushing out their updates. And I think we've probably got maybe another year or so of this bear market moving into the bull market. I think these projects that we're seeing today that have the start of gameplay and their system a year on from now, I think there'll be a lot of projects that are ready for that next bull market, and I think it'll be incredible.
You brought up a good point about the partnerships, and we have a partnership with you guys, obviously, the 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 and that's been great, but we really I think we have the reputation of being closed off in that regard, and it's not because we don't want to, because we've just had a ton of people reach out wanting to partner. It's not that we don't want to, it's that our strategy right now, we don't need more marketing. We don't unless the partnership is an absolute critical need and it solves a critical problem for us and we can execute on it, it doesn't make sense for right now, because we have to remain laser focused on bringing our vision to the market. Now then, there's going to come a time when partnerships really make sense. They make a ton of sense, and we're getting close to that time, which means I'm going to have to bring on some team. We will have to bring on some team and a partnership director that can actually execute on the partnerships. Because a lot of the partnerships, people talk about it, it could be a marketing partnership. Those are easy to pull off. But when you have a partnership that involves adding value for both sides, like I'm going to utilize your tech, whatever it may be, that's an execution challenge. Because now you're not only dealing with the challenges of your own team, but you're dealing with another team and the communication and working there's time. That takes a lot of time, and you don't have a lot of time when you're building, So
and I think what people will see as well is when the projects do go live, you have to be ready for that. But where projects then will fall over, and you see it in mainstream all the time, is the support. So what we've done from the start is we've created our what we call a Copy Wiki, and that's 400 pages of information. All our community members are always directed to it. They're well versed on that. So as the project grows and new people come in, we've only got very limited support staff, but then the community, they go into that next level. They've got those tools of the Wikipedia that they can send people to, get the screenshots and invite them, and they're it's a really well educated army that we're hoping is quite unique to Web3 to have a community before you release a AAA game. Normally you release the game and then you kind of get all the feedback. So we're building with the community, and they're going to help us solve a lot of those support problems. Obviously we have a ticketing system, but they're kind of like triage, and they get rid of literally 99% of those basic questions. It's brilliant.
Yeah, we noticed the same in our Discord with the questions, general crypto questions, right, from people that are really new in the space, and the community is amazing. I think there's a bit of crossover as well between our servers, which I think is awesome as well. But I think the community plays a really big part, not just in the projects, but in crypto generally for the support of adoption, right? So it's always really good to see that. I guess what excites you the most about like what you guys are working on over like the next 6 months to 12 months?
For me, really opening it up to a larger group of people. There's a lot that want to play right now, and being able to turn on marketing and have this more complete product available. So we just brought on a team member that's going to help us get our internal marketplace going a little more quickly. That'll allow us to start generating some revenue, but also making it more exciting, that you can start to buy things and use different things. So yeah, just opening it up, and really, we haven't done any marketing. The marketing that we're doing is basic communications of here's what we're building, here's what we're building. We haven't done paid marketing. We've done influencer interviews, content creator interviews, and we've done here's what we're building, but there's a whole nother element of marketing that we've left out of the equation, which is PR firms, paid ads, all sorts of different things. So that is, I'm very excited about doing that and really getting cross-chain. So we have a desire to bring in other chains. We always have. We started off cross-chain. Cardano is our home and it will remain our home, but we're going to expand to other chains to bring in a lot more of Web3 into what we're doing. And I think that's going to be powerful too, because I want others to be, we're trying to bring players over. And you know what? That'll add more value to Cardano, because more people will be informed about what is that all about, because our community is primarily that. But our community is about to change significantly because we want to bring in other chains. So the next stage after that is going and opening up to Web 2. But right now, you said, what are you most excited about now? It's getting out to the broader Web3 community and really opening ourselves up to a lot more people, a lot more players, a lot more testers.
And I'm excited for, we're building all these big worlds that are 8 kilometers by 8 kilometers. We've been working on Solace now for over 18 months. Nobody's seen Solace. They've seen a glimpse of Solace. But we created 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗪 Valley, which is a really small section of kind of Solace, where we can put all the features in there, where we can put mining and logging and fishing, and all these will go into the huge MMO that is Solace. And so pretty soon we will be able to open Solace up, and then that will take us. That's a whole new level. I mean, an 8 kilometer by 8 kilometer, everything has been hand placed, so it's not procedurally generated over the last 18 months. And then when we have, and that's going to be Solace 1. There's probably going to be 4 or 5 different Solaces, but building that very, very first world is always the hardest part. You know, building all those assets, building everything from scratch. But then pretty quickly, we've already started to make a start on 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 and Solace 2. Those both are 8 kilometers with different artwork in. So I think over the next year, you're going to see quite a few of these huge worlds coming together with this, and suddenly the picture of what we're building will kind of make sense.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for taking the time. I know you're about to go talk on stage, so looking forward to that. And yeah, I think it's always great to catch up with you guys. I think we did some racing. I think the guys captured some of it, so maybe we'll share that with the audience. It was an awesome race.
Yes, it was. You did well.
I don't know how.
You beat me on your first ever go.
Yeah, you did. That was good. That was good stuff. That was a great race. Yeah, one thing I would say, please, if you're seeing this and you haven't checked us out, go to cornucopia.io and register for a player account and sign up for testing. There's a little checkbox you can do. So we're growing our testing group. There's a large amount of people that are already signed up. Get in the queue so we can add you guys. And one other thing is, one of our side projects, Token Riot, tokenriot.io, is going to testnet today.
Awesome.
So anybody that wants to start testing that will be earning Riot points. We'll be shipping out directions for that very soon, but I don't know when this is going to air. So
yeah, probably a few days from now. And
well, it'll be in testnet then still in a few days, and so we'll get you the link to share with the community.
Awesome. So we'll put the link in the description of the video. Go check it out. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us on.
So that was Rob and Josh from 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗧. Fantastic interview, and we look forward to catching up with them both again in the future. The team has done a phenomenal job. So yeah, look, go check out some of the stuff on Twitter and in our Discord as well. Really do recommend doing that. If you enjoyed today's video, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. And I will catch you in the next one. Take care.